welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing good. Happy Monday. I hope you have a great week. In this video, we are going back to miniature, teeny tiny miniature Halloween. Last year, you may remember I made this openable spell book with miniature apothecary bottles, tiny little spells and tiny little potion, all rolled up into little scrolls. I was obsessed. This year, we're going miniature bookcase. I cannot wait. Let's go. Now I am building my bookcase from scratch using foam board. I'm going to be using my craft knife, a metal ruler, glue, scissors, all of that. You will need it. I also printed off from Google these book covers. They are absolutely perfect and it was free printables. Just go to Google, type in free printable book covers and these came up. I printed them off in all different sizes and I'm going to be using my packing tape. Now this is my eco packing tape which I recently got. Once I've glued the book frame together, I'm going to reinforce it with that packing tape and that is just going to allow me to paint it really easily. Now you can paint foam board directly, but honestly I wanted it super solid and reinforced. So you're going to need a backing, you're going to need two sides, a top and a bottom. Now mine is around 8 inches high, but there's really no point in me giving you all of the dimensions of everything I've made because you won't necessarily be sticking to exactly what I've done here, but that is what I've done. I've done an 8-inch high bookcase, which is super small. So all I'm doing is hot gluing my top, bottom and sides to that back, and that is pretty much it. Then I'm going to go in with my brown parcel tape and reinforce. I have to give you a warning here, the parcel tape did not go on straight, so if that's going to upset your soul like it did mine, look away now, look away now. I literally cover the entire bookcase. I don't care about bubbles or lines, anything like that is just going to add to the effect of the old apothecary stroke bookcase, if that makes sense. So really there's nothing in this video is going to be neat. We're not striving for neat here, guys. We're striving for authentic, eerie, spooky, yeah. So please ignore when my hands get messy and ignore the mess, okay? The next step, we're going to be making our shelves. Now again, depending on your dimensions, how many shelves you want. In hindsight, I'm just saying, in hindsight, I could have done 4 shelves, but I went for 3. And what I did was I backed them all in the same tape. I found it easier to do it around this way. You could have stuck them in first and then did the tape, but I just thought this way was going to be so much easier. What I'm doing now, I'm kind of working out how far apart I want the shelves because I do want some apothecary bottles in there. But again, all up to you. In the end, I measured against my bottles and this is where my glue fingers came out. My hot glue fingers, I haven't used them for so long and I miss them because this one is definitely going to get some hot glue on my skin and I needed to be able to rub it off safely. As it happens, even though I measured, they didn't fit. So don't do what I do. Do it properly and you'll be good. Now I'm going to paint the whole thing. I was toying with the idea of keeping it with a wood effect, like an old library kind of wooden effect. But yeah, my gut was telling me I absolutely had to go for black. So I had to do it, guys. But let me know your thoughts. Would you have kept it like an old wooden effect, maybe oak or mahogany style cabinet? I don't know. I also thought the contrast against the books would be a lot more prominent, if that makes any sense at all. None of my little miniatures are complete without some mirrors. So if you watched my last hot glue gun video, you would have seen this, how to make these miniature mirrors. I ended up creating the frames off camera on a silicone mat and I just attached them. They're really simple frames, but if you'd like to see that, then check out my last video. The next thing you want to do is cut out all of those labels. This was the longest part for me. And I have to say, I have to tell you now, I started this video at 9 o'clock this morning and I finished filming at 3:30 this afternoon. So this is a 1 day project, all done today. This is real time. Finished on the Monday that you are watching it, okay? This was time consuming, but unbelievably therapeutic. Highly recommend. What I did, I reinforced every single one of those book covers with some brown card. Now, here you see me just having a go with some foam. I had to cut every single foam piece individually for every single book. And here you see, I've stuck all of the book covers down on the card, and now it's time to cut them out. I went in and I cut out a whole bunch of generic, these are all the same size, just generic cubes. They're not even cubes, are they? They're rectangular. But I cut a whole load. I knew that they were all slightly too big for the books, but I would then have to measure individually to cut them down to size. And how cute are these? Like, stop it. I cannot even cope. I was sitting in my craft room looking at them, saying out loud, saying, stop it, stop it. These are too much. These are too cute. Now, you might remember these miniature skulls. I got these from I Love Mixed Media from the amazing Denise. She sent me these and I wasn't even sure what I was going to use them for. But guys, we have on our actual bookshelves in our home, we have skull bookends. And I thought, oh, they have to be skull bookends. So that is what I did. I started kind of building little bundles of books, as you would see in these old bookcases, and gluing them together. I thought I'd do bundles of like 4 or 5 together. And that is where the bookend idea came from. So I ended up, oh, so cute. I'm sorry, they're so cute. Honestly, because this has only happened today, I've only filmed it today, I'm still really like cuteness overload. So here you see me. I'm using PVA glue to stick some of them together and then hot gluing them down onto the shelf as a bundle. But I kind of realised this was a long way of doing it because that PVA takes a while to dry. Hot glue all the way, guys. Hot glue. You know I am about speed. So here you see me putting those adorable bookends in. How cute are they? I can't even deal with how cute they are. Ignore the glue strings because that just adds to the overall effect of the bookcase. And here you see me. I found a quicker way. If there's a quicker way, I'm going to find a quicker way, okay? And here you see me. This is where I start to build the whole thing and put the whole thing together. I really am. I'm paying attention to where I want the books, how I want them. Do I lay them flat? Do I lay them spine up? And also adding a little bit of interest by putting them in diagonally. Now here is where the other 2 skulls come in. I decided to sit some skulls up on top of the books to act as ornaments because again, this is so reflective of the bookcase that I have in my own home, and that is where I drew inspiration from. If I had some more miniature things, I would have loved to have added them to this, like tiny, teeny little miniature candlesticks, little candelabras, tiny little photo frames. Honestly, my brain was going, yeah, overtime, doing overtime on the whole world of miniature. But here you see me throwing some in on an angle, kind of, you know, to represent what it would look like in reality. I didn't want it to be a super neat, everything stacked neatly bookcase. I wanted there to be some character. Yeah, because little things like this, I can just look out for ages. I kind of sit and stare and I think, oh, that's so cute the way that is, and I'm just glad it's not all uniform. Remember, if you are recreating this, we are not going for uniform or neat. At this point, I can only apologise for the state of my hands. I really just couldn't carry on, you know, running out and washing them and all of that. I also thought we need to see some pages. We need some books to be reversed. I wish I thought about this before. I would have put more books in there. where we could see the pages. It was at this point I thought those bottles were way too big, so I decided to swap them out for some tiny teeny ones. I'm going to fill them with some Epsom salts. It says excellent for use after exercise, and clearly I've never opened the bag, so there you go. I only ended up filling one because the others were actually glued shut from the previous project, but this one was the only one I managed to get the lid off, and I just hot glue it down onto the bottom shelf. Now I put three, I think I put 3 or 4 on the very lower bottom shelf, and then I kind of sit one up higher above a book. Not sure I would have done that again, you kind of can't see it, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me know your thoughts. It is done. It is finished. This is a one-day project. I've been working on it all day. I hope you love it. Next to that arch mirror, I feel like there needs to be a sign on the back of the bookcase. So right at the end, when everything was done, I went in to colour those pages. Now, again, I used the wrong colour. I really am going to go back in with a more yellowish orange old vintage book colour. But here you go. Finished. Let me know your thoughts. I am utterly obsessed, and I'm still buzzing because I finished this project all of 1 hour ago. I hope you love it. I am absolutely in love with it. There I go again with that big absolutely word. I haven't used it much today though, so yay me. Keep your eye out on my community tab. As I said, I'm going live this Saturday, and we are going to have an interactive live on my YouTube channel where I'm inviting you to craft along with me at the same time. Check out my community tab on my Instagram. Your shopping list is there to come and make some Apothecary bottles with me. Cannot wait. I really am so excited. Let me know your thoughts on this project. Let me know. Leave a comment down below. I, of course, will respond. I'm still on 100%. I'm trying. I'm really trying, guys. But I hope you've loved this as much as I've loved this. And I will see you all in the next video. Until then, bye.